In this video, I'll talk about paths and record types and their functionalities. So let's start with paths. Typically, paths are seen and most notably seen on the opportunity object. When we have an opportunity object, it will usually have a path on it. So let's go look at what the path looks like. If we click on opportunity and we go to this right here is a path. So paths show the stages in the business cycle. Now, business cycle can be on a lead object, which is a lead process. They can be on an opportunity object, which is a sales process, on a solution, which is a solution process, on a case object, which is a support process. So business processes help to see how objects are progressing in their path. And they are usually associated with record types. So, for example, if one of your teams is in charge of selling large products, then maybe their path right here needs to be different than those in charge of selling small products because the business process is different. Maybe the large products team needs qualification and then they need something in between before value proposition because it takes longer to create a large product or to install it, one of those reasons. So the path can be different and it can be different on different record types. Now, record types define page layouts for the profile, the pick list values, and the business process. Now, you don't necessarily need a record type to have different page layouts per different people, but if you want to have different page layouts per profile, then you got to have record types because remember, one profile can only have one page layout unless you use record types. So let's say somebody wants to see different fields than someone else, but they have the same profile, then they're going to need a different record type. So here's how you make a path. You have to enable it, and then you can make a new one. So you label the path. So I'll just use one of these pre-made ones. Then you choose the object you want it to be on. There's many objects you can have a path on. It's just mostly seen on opportunity, lead, case, solution. It's kind of standard on those ones. Okay, so let's create one for a campaign. The record type is going to be the master and status. Then here you can pick the fields. So these are the fields already there. I could add some. So let's add actual cost and campaign, and let's add campaign currency. Okay, then for each of these, we could add notes if we wanted to. So this planned one is going to have fields here. Those are the fields there in progress. We could add fields here. Completed, we could add a field, and aborted, we could add a field. Let's just say right down here, remember to document your planning. So then we could add that for each of them. So let's click next. Then we activate it. When we activate our path, key fields and guidance appear in the Kanban for the same object, record type, and pick list. And then we can also enable celebrations, which we should always do because when it is completed or for an opportunity closed won, we want to have the confetti. We're going to do it always. All right. Now we have a path on the campaign object. So see, North American sales on the campaign object. So let's go ahead and go to campaign and see if we see a path. All campaigns. Go. No path yet, and it's not here because we have to actually add the path in the Lightning Builder. So let's go ahead and add the path. And we'll put it right in between the highlights panel, which is configured on the page layout, And we'll put it right in between that. See, look, add a component. It knew we wanted to add a path. So there we go. There's path. Let's save. And let's just see if it pops up. It looks like it wasn't activated yet. We'll do it as the org default. Oops. Desktop and phone form factor. Remember, when you are assigning Lightning pages, you can assign them as the org default, the app default, or the app record type and profile default. So if you want to have different ones per record type, you could do that. So we're going to do it as the org default for the desktop and phone form factor. Okay, there we go. Save. Now it's saved, and let's take a look. Go out of here. Campaigns. And there we are. There is our path. All right. Now let's move it back to this. And then let's see what happens if we push completed. And there's our celebration confetti. So that's the basics of paths. Now they're very simple, and remember they're used for different business processes. Lead, case, opportunity, and solution all have business processes. Business processes show how we're doing in the cycle.